More now on the breaking news. Two National Guard troops shot by a lone gunman today in Washington, D.C. Layla Christopher was on the scene and joins us now. Thank you so much for being with us. Just walk me through where you were and what you saw.
Yeah, my friend and I were metroing in for the day. We were planning on going to the holiday market in DuPont Circle, and we were coming up at the train station, and there were National Guards persons telling us to run. We heard that there was a shooting. We ran into the nearest cafe, and shortly after, there was Secret Service surrounding the building and the streets, taping off the streets, and we saw one National Guardsman being wheeled out on a stretcher, and he had a device helping pump his heart, it looked like, doing automatic like CPR, and his face was covered in blood.
Was it already chaos when you came out of the subway? Did you hear the shots yourself?
So we did not hear the shots. We were actively coming up from Metro Center and were just told by National Guards people to run. And we heard from a woman next to us that there was a shooting. So we went into the nearest building and they locked the doors. And from there is where we saw the medical, I guess, personnel helping the National Guardsmen.
How many law enforcement were on the scene from your vantage point?
So many. I saw FBI, Secret Service vehicles, policemen, more National Guard people. It was a lot, and there were people actively taping off the surrounding streets, and we were just like in the midst of it.
What was going through your head at the time about the range of possibilities? I mean, you're really just a couple blocks from the White House.
Yeah, that was definitely something that I thought of. I don't think either of us had any idea what was going on. There was nothing in the news yet. We were just kind of looking around, but as soon as I saw Secret Service vehicles and FBI, I was even more confused, to be honest. I don't know. I think our minds kind of went in the worst places, but kind of just stayed in that building and stayed with the other people in the building until we were told it was okay to leave.
Yeah, and how long? I mean, how long did it take for you to be able to get out and move around and clear the scene?
I was texting and calling my dad. I want to say around like 2:20. I don't quite remember, but we were in there for hours. I thought we were in there for like 15 minutes, but we were in there for hours. There was just more and more personnel outside. And we were just waiting to be told what was happening if someone had been detained. We knew that there were shots fired. People in the cafe had heard that there were 6 shots fired. And we had seen the guardsman roll in the stretcher right in front of our eyes and had no idea what was going on.
Layla Christopher, I appreciate you being with us. I know it must have been a very difficult afternoon for you in the city. Thank you for your time tonight.
Thank you.
We're also joined tonight by someone who witnessed what took place today. This witness who took the video. I should note, if you're watching this for the first time, you're going to find this disturbing, just given it is the scene of what happened today, something that is so horrific, especially for these two guardsmen who are right now in critical condition in a local hospital in D.C. We're told this video shows police administering CPR to a National Guardsman, and the second guardsman is on the ground, surrounded by officers as well. And Patrick is the witness who took this video. And Patrick, I just want to say thank you for joining me. I really do appreciate it tonight. And I'm sorry for what you had to witness today. But can you just walk us through what happened and what you saw?
Yeah, thank you for having me on, Caitlin. So I was walking east on I Street, just about to go to the Metro, and I heard probably like 4 or 5 shots. I didn't know they were shots at the time. I thought it was just construction where they were, might have been, dropping plates on the street or something, something not uncommon in that part of DC. And, then I saw a couple of people running from that street corner from I and 17th. And basically they said someone's shooting. And so I kind of ducked in the side a little bit. And then I heard another exchange. So probably 4 shots to start off with, probably another 4 or 5 after that. And then we heard the sirens come in. We saw the police kind of converge a little bit. Once I realized that I mean, I don't know if it was totally safe, but once I realized that, the shooting kind of stopped, I popped out and just saw shattered glass everywhere from the bus stop. Saw one person lying on the ground. My attention was fixed to the National Guard who was laying down on the ground, bleeding from his head. Unfortunately, it's very, very, very traumatic to see. He seemed conscious, and he was moving his arm around and talking to the MPD officer who was there, assisting him. But and then what caught my eye next was to the right of him, there was another, I assume, National Guard. I saw the boots and the pants, and they were administering CPR to him. So that's when I knew this was serious. I mean, it really scared me when I saw the National Guard emblem on the back of on the back of him when he was hunched over to the side. But then I saw to the right of that there is another. There's another what I assumed civilian, because he didn't have any pants on. So I don't know what necessarily was going on there. Most of my attention was fixed on the young National Guardsman who was bleeding from the head. But it was people were just in shock. So it was kind of surreal to see.
So you could see one of the guardsmen who had been shot today speaking to the officers and those who were immediately there in the vicinity when you were taking this video.
Yeah, the one that I was closest to, I'm not exactly sure what the video. I haven't really looked at it that much. But the one that was closest to me, who was, I don't want to make too many assumptions, but he was bleeding from the head, and the MPD officer was applying pressure to his head. He was conscious. He was moving his arms around. They were talking to him. I don't know if he was responding back necessarily. I was just across the street, but he was definitely conscious. The other one, they were administering CPR. The one to the right of him, I couldn't tell if it was a man or a woman, but they had their vests open administering CPR, and they seemed unconscious. As for the civilian, I don't know. I couldn't really figure out what was going on there.
Yeah. Patrick, could you see the witness when you were, could you see the suspect when you were down there? Did you notice him at all?
I didn't see really the melee where they, apparently they got the suspect, but I saw to the right of where they were administering CPR, they had somebody on the ground, and they had no pants on. That's what I remember. Mm-hmm. And I don't know any more than that, but they were attending to them. There was, probably 7 or 8, mixed with Secret Service, police, National Guard, MPD, kind of either attending to him or just above him. So, in retrospect, I guess that was the suspect, but I was more focused on the poor young man who was shot in the head, that was closest to me. But yeah, it was all kind of a blur now that I'm kind of recanting it.
Yeah, I can't even imagine. I know that area so well. As we walk back to go to the White House. It's a very quiet area. Patrick, I'm sorry that you had to witness this, but I do want to say I'm grateful that you joined us to tell us what you saw on the ground. And so thank you, and please take care of yourself. And of course, God bless these National Guardsmen who are in the hospital right now. We're going to continue to keep you updated on what we know about the latest with their condition.